Alright, everybody, by the way, here we are, and even 3 minutes before we started the live, that's okay. The sooner the better, who cares actually. So, right now, as I have started this, so this live is gonna go for at least for 4 hours around, which means by the end, by 2:30 only. So, it will keep going up to 2:30 and then it will be ended. In between, no doubt, I will be taking breaks, so let me set the context simply. I will study for 50 minutes around and then I will take a break for 10 minutes, and this is how it's gonna be going on, because I don't wanna sit continuously and then ultimately tire my mind a lot. Okay, so let's set the timer for 50 minutes. I will be studying continuously, and after that you already know what's gonna happen. Right, let me refresh the page of this one too. Okay, let's see. I hope I am not alone. You guys are with me, and if you are studying, so you are not alone. I'm here with you studying together. So this is how it's gonna be going on. So it's all about, if you are learning alone, so don't learn alone. Learn with other people, so that if you don't feel like learning and another person is learning, so ultimately you will get some kind of inner force to work on your things too, as simple as that. Right now I think things should be fine, but am I facing network issue? Give me a second, let me make sure whether I'm actually facing that thing or not, and then I'll be right back. Alright, everybody, here we are. I think I wasn't quite facing that problem, but yeah, I was actually. By the way, chat section is on, and there's one thing, I will be answering the questions in every 1 hour. So whenever I'm about to take a break, before taking the breaks, I will just simply answer the questions, and this is how I'll be going ahead. Let me type that thing down too. Or yeah, let it be on for now at least. Oh, my keyboard is not working, that's insane. Never mind, I'll take care of it later on. Let me simply turn it off for now. If the keyboard is not working, what else can I actually do? Like, yes, something leaderboard. At least for a few days it's gonna be going on like this only. Later, let's see how the things are gonna be going on. Use recoil value. So let's use the value in here. What is the problem? Did you mean use recoil value? Set filter to Doge. Filtered to Doge atom. This thing is fine. Let me do one thing too. It's no use speaking continuously when there's really nothing to speak on. So I will be playing the music in the background so that I don't have to speak much, and this is how we are gonna be going ahead. Oh, what do? Okay, this was something that was on my laptop. Okay, never mind.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Well, here's the problem. The thing is that I'm unable to use recoil with TypeScript, and even if I'm trying to use that, I'm getting an error and don't know the solution of that error yet. Even I have taken the help of AI, it's not able to give me the exact thing that I want. And as per me, I'm using the things in the right way correctly. Well, let's comment all these things and then we'll figure the things out on our own. If we directly look at this file, so we don't really have any error. Everything is like well corrected. But the thing is that as soon as this file loads on the page, we get an error. We shouldn't really get that. I think it's pretty much okay. Even if I just don't remove it from here, it's all right. Using use require state that simply gives two methods or functions, we call them. This is the setter function. This is just a value. So we get the value. We are consoling, logging that, and then we are setting the value with the help of that setter. As simple as that. But the thing is that here we are. Nothing is shown, and if I just simply go to that log section console, so here we are getting this error. Okay, any way to solve it? I hope this AI is gonna be at least explain me the error, because I don't think there's any error. I have already resolved all of them, and mainly because of recoil, I'm getting this error. So let's see. The error not the structure property current stuff important isn't even indicates that okay, first solution, you should npm update require. Will it work or not? Don't know. Let's see. Because if there were any error in the file, I would correct that. The file is neat and clean, which means there's no error at all. Still we are getting that error. So npm update require. Let's see. How long will it take? Yeah. Second, okay, these are the things. Summary. The error is caused by version mismatch between required and React. Version mismatch. That means I will have to degrade the React or require in order to match the version which support both the things. First thing, should I upgrade my React? But okay, I'm using the okay. Let's go to this thing. Guess what? I am facing the network issue. Well, in here it's okay. So maybe in my laptop it's being shown like that. That's alright. Why am I unable to download it, load it quickly? No data. Okay, interesting. Should it really happen the way it is happening right now? describing the bug when using a latest React SDK in app. This and this the following error. Yeah. Well, this is not something I was looking for actually. Currently, it gets tested within HDS. Okay, let's remove it. No need, not needed. We are getting this version mismatch problem. If I go to the main file, package.json, I have this version of React. I can degrade the React. How to degrade React and React. No. Let's see whether by degrading it we can actually get the expected output or not. Oh, come on, too much. First of all, give me a minute or so, and then I'll be trying my level best to at least fix this problem. Alright, yeah. As per the result that I have right now, it should be solved. But let's see. I think this is solved. Let's do it. Hope it's gonna be like the wait. npm install react @18. Maybe this is how I did it once a while, like long time ago. Yeah. npm install react DOM @18. Now let's run this. npm run dev. Wow, interesting. Version was the problem. The code is the same. I just degraded that React. That means the code wasn't the problem, rather than the version of the package that I was using, that was the real problem, because I'm still using the same code but not getting the same error. That means, yeah, that was the problem. By the way, if I just click on this here, I'm getting these three options: show all. By the way, it's gonna be default, show completed and show uncompleted. If I even just reload the page, I'm gonna be getting show all in here. Interesting. So this much is done. What next? I think now I have created these things: filter, to do JSON, atom, to do atom. Once I have these two values, I should get filtered to do's, right? Only those filtered to do's are gonna be shown there. So export const filtered to do's selector. I think selectors are gonna be made like this only. Filtered to do's selector like this. Then I'm gonna be getting it. That's gonna be a function that will have a get thing inside it, and then const to do's is equal to get to do's atom, then const filter is equal to get filter to do atom. So I've got both the things. I've got this, I've got that. I can return a value. How do I return the value? By filtering it. Okay, filter completed. Filter to do atom. Filter options. One thing, yeah, it could be when we are filtering things, there are three options. All, sorry, show all. There could be completed. It could actually be show completed, and last it could be show uncompleted. These three things. Now show all can be show completed. I have to check whether that's completed or not. Show uncompleted. So ultimately completed should be true, and I think I'm using done. How should I check it? Backend Prisma schema, and yeah, I'm using done in here. Done should be true, and uncompleted done should be false, and show all, I don't care. Just show all the values, as simple as that. So this is the overall things that I should have in mind. Now const filter options I have. Okay, const completed. Okay. That can actually be false. All completed, uncompleted. That's what we are getting from there. And then we have to do, and we have to check whether those things are done or not. So completed say or make it done, that doesn't matter. So suppose I'm making it completed or just make it done. As we are using this done name in the backend, so the same thing we are using in here. I have to simply check whether this done exists or not, because if it does not exist, that means if it does not exist, that means I have to show all. If it does exist, then I have to check whether it is true or false. As simple as that. So done is equal to filter options dot just filter options. I will get all the value. Once I have the value, it filter option, not options. It's actually gonna be like this. If it is equal to show completed, if it is equal to that, then I will be returning it true. Otherwise, then I have to check. Filter options. If it is equal to show uncompleted, in that case I would have to return it false, and if it is not equals to that, I will return it undefined. Now I've got this done thing. Once I have done, so if done exists, only in that case I will make to do. Let's make it let, so that I can change the value. That's const, so it cannot be changed. To do is equal to do's dot filter. I have to filter. I will get to do to do dot done. Done. If that is undefined, so we don't really need to do anything. We will return all the to do's. If done is true, then I have to just return those ones. If that's not equals to done, I have to filter those ones. Hang on a sec. To do dot done, that okay is not equals to done. So if done is true, which ones do I have to filter? I have to filter where to do dot done true is not equals to true, that means false. Crazy. What about like this? Okay, filtering means those things will be removed, so that's a good thing. What done does not exist on type, never. Are you kidding me? It does exist. It does not seem to be like that. So to do's, I'm getting it. Okay, the thing is that it does not have any type in here. So const to do's type at interface to do's type is equal to, it's actually gonna be to do type, not to do's type. And what all values will it have? That's the thing that I have to figure out. Schema on the right side, these are the to do. First of all, it will have ID. Yeah, ID will have number, tick, number, how to define there. Interface, I forgot about interfaces too. Interface in React, yes. That is in TypeScript, not React, yes, but never mind. Tring, tring. Okay. One more time. This should not be here. ID is gonna be number, and title is gonna be string, description is gonna be string, done is gonna be boolean. Oh, done is boolean. Yeah, true. Created ad is gonna be date, and user ID is gonna be number again. I will be getting to do ting 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 ting. I will be getting all these things. Yeah. Is that okay? That's not okay. Atom. I seem to have got cold right now. Never mind. Okay, let's go ahead. So this thing is done. Right now I should not have this problem. Of course I'm not getting this one. Now I've got to do's in here. Its value is never being used. That's alright. I will simply be returning it from here. Come on, let's do it. To do's. So this is how. Okay, suppose the value of done is true. Okay, where is that? Filter option. So if filter option is show completed, that means it will return true. If it is show uncompleted, it will return it false. And if it is none, it will return undefined. Then if it is true, then I will get it ultimate. If it is false, that would be the problem. Interesting. If it is done, then I'm getting this thing, to do's filter. This is how we are filtering it. If done is not equals to undefined. That's it. I'm not worried about false, because even if that is false, it should run. So if done is not equal to undefined, then it should run, and when it runs actually, then we are filtering the values over here. If to do dot done, which means to do is done, is not equals to done, so this done is true, which means it is completed. This thing is also completed. So where this done is not equals to completed, that means true is not equals to true, which ultimately false. Filter that. So if I just make it equals to, so 2 is equal to true, so ultimately true value will be filtered, and if I make it true is not equals to true, then only false value will be filtered. So I think this is how we should go ahead. I will check whether it works as expected or not, but this much should be fine for now. So here we have created selectors, we have created atoms, and we are good to go right now. So this thing is done. Let's go back, let's close this thing, and filter to do's. Let's see whether it actually works or not. Simply let's click F12. Here we okay, we are just getting show all over here, show completed and show uncompleted. If I refresh the page, I'm directly getting the value show all. That's what I wanted. One more thing, when the page refreshes for the first time, there's nothing that I actually wanna do. Okay, so I don't really need to worry about that. This filter to do's, do I need to have it? I can give it the value. It can have the value of filter to do's. Okay, value filter to do's. So even if I do the same thing right here again, show just a sec, just show completed, show uncompleted. Main problem is this. What is the problem? I am changing this, and this whole page is being rendered. So if I want to get rid of this problem, this particular thing should be in another page, then only that particular part will be re-rendered. That is a good thing. So if I want only this thing to re-render when something changes, so I will have to move it to another component. The component is going to be filter to do's. So let's create a component. So this is the front end, source, components, and one more, I'm even unable to see that properly. Filter to do's dot tsxrafce, and where were we? We were here. We have to just simply copy it, the whole thing, to Control X, go here, paste it in here, Control D, everything's done. Let's import it. Okay, sorry, I will get that done. Never mind, we'll copy and paste the things directly. This is something that we have, these are the things that we actually need for in there. So let's click Control X and then Control V, paste these things here. Still I have to import this thing, so this is imported, change event, import it, everything's okay. Okay, it's in filter, atom is not present. Let's import this thing too, so it's here again. And what is the good thing? I will be showing you the result. Earlier the whole page was being re-rendered over and over. This time it's not gonna happen like that. So filter to do's, and this is how it's gonna be going ahead. All the extra things I'm gonna be removing from here, and I hope right now I don't really need to worry about anything. Let's go in here, refresh the page, and this time if I click show completed, the whole page is not being re-rendered, but only these things are being re-rendered. Okay, all to do's are being re-rendered. and that much. Not bad. So filter to-dos is here. To-dos we have in here. We can even remove them, some of them. Something like this. This thing is also done. Button we have in here. That's okay. And things are pretty much okay. Not that bad. So this thing is done. To-do section is done. Now, whenever I reload the page for the first time, and which page am I talking about? I'm talking about this to-do page. This page. One more thing, we have to take care of the dark mode and light mode. Though we have this button in here. Time to take a break. Really? Oh, didn't realize it's been 50 minutes. Okay, just give me 1 minute and then I will take the break. So what was I saying that? Here we have this dark mode button, but we are not really using that, so we have to keep this particular thing in mind. And I had better just move for a while now. Okay, let's do one thing. This thing is done. As soon as this page reloads, I'm gonna use the use effect in here, something like this. You are not event actually. Use effect. Use effect snippet. This is gonna be the snippet. So these things actually, I'm actually gonna remove from here. This thing return thing will be useful, but not right now. And this third option is gonna be null, so that it only runs for the first time when the page reloads. By the way, I should go or not, I don't know. I should actually follow the routine. Just take a break and then I'll be back. So as it's been 52 minutes, so I'm gonna be just taking 5 minutes break or something, and then I'll be back, and this is how it's gonna be going on. Let me set the timer and play the music in the background so that you guys can actually listen to that. Let's take a break for 5 minutes. Okay, let's make it 10 minutes at least. 5 minutes are gonna be enough for me. Alright, by the way, here we are, just after 5 minutes break or something. And right now, I think we have to get done. Let's first of all set the alarm for at least a timer for 50 minutes. And after 50 minutes, we'll have to take the break again. This is mainly important when we want to study for longer hours. If we want to study just for 3 hours, that's okay. It's not gonna work that much. But in long periods, it does work. It does has an effect. Okay, let's see the error in here. Something's wrong again. Nothing. Okay, here we are using use effect in here. So what does this use effect do? Can't find use effect. First of all, let's get it. Now we have it. And as soon as this use effect runs, I will get all the to-dos. So fetch input a URL. I have to input the URL. What's that's gonna be? http://localhost 3000/to-dos in order to get the to-dos. Because I will mainly be showing to-dos over here. To-dos, then I have filter profile. Ultimately many things I have here. Okay, not bad. So I'm getting these to-dos, and this is not done yet. To-dos. How many options do we have? Okay, URL init info. It will return a promise. Okay. So can I enter? Let's see. MDN fetch. Await fetch URL. First of all, provide with the URL. Check whether response is okay or not. As per that, throw the error. Okay. And again, convert it into JSON format. That's okay. This is the first thing. Making a request. We can even make it like this. This is gonna be a post request, and we can give it another values. We can give it body JSON.stringify. That's amazing. We can method headers. We can provide headers. Body, we can give the body. So ultimately everything's mentioned here. Main thing, what are we doing in here? We are just simply making a request to to-dos, and we have to set cookies true, which means we have to send the cookies from the front end side too. Okay. Body headers append headers JSON.string. If I post my headers, I think just a second, let me. Headers are content type application JSON. That's all right. When we are mainly sending the data, sending the payload. I'm not quite getting it. Not getting it. How to send cookies with fetch? How to send cookies with fetch? Fetch API with cookies. Okay, so we have to mention credentials. Same origin. Headers, we can set the group. Okay, that's all right. We don't really want to do that. Credentials include, this is what we can actually use. Method, credentials, headers, body, and then this is how we have to go ahead. So let's do it. So we send it, we can set it the method. What is the method? We are fetching it. It's actually going to be get. This is the one that we are actually going through right now. This is actually going to be get request. Okay, get, then what else? Method हो गया, then हो गया credentials. Credentials is gonna be like include. That's it for now. I think I need only these many things. Method is here, credentials, headers, content type. I can send the headers, content type, application JSON. We are sending the in JSON format. Headers, content type, application JSON. Don't really need to send it right now. Maybe let's check on the Postman. So far we have been using Postman for sending the request to the backend. So let's see whether it's actually being used in there or not. Get profile, get to do. Here we are. Let's go to headers, and we have sent header. And guess what? We haven't been sending anything as such. Yeah, not really needed right now. Main question, when should we send it with the fetch? When should we send it with the fetch? Content type, application JSON, mainly when we are using sending the data in JSON format at that time. So whenever we are sending the data in JSON format, at that time we have to just use this particular thing that we are not doing right here. Method can be get, that we are using, that means we don't really need to use it right now. So this is what that we have got to do. Let's make it actually await. That actually means okay, wait. We can't use async inside it. Like even if we are writing this thing, this is wrong. Const get to do is equal to async. Can't I write like this? I can keep it outside too. I can keep it inside. Who cares? Doesn't really matter. Get to do just in get to do, but never okay. To do we are getting this language from here. Return to do's dot response, something like this. To do's dot JSON, something like this. I have to await this thing too. As simple as that, and I have to check. And let's make it like this: const to do's, Control D. Oh come on here. Response. Let's paste it in here. If response dot OK is not OK, so new error message. What can be the message? Response status, response dot status. Okay, I will be logging this thing too. Let's see. Okay, I'm mainly logging here for checking purpose. That's it. Returning the values. It runs only once, and this particular get to do it called at the end get Which should be fine when we are running it. Get to Doge. We are returning the values. The values are being returned in this one. That means here we are getting the value of get to Doge. Once we have got to Doge, then what? I have to set to Doge. Okay. So to Doge, set to Doge, use require state and to Doge atom. We are actually getting the value in this one. So to Doge, set to Doge, and we'll have this value. Get to Doge. Here we are. What is it saying that argument type promise any is not assignable to parameter type to type? Arey wah. Did you forget to use the wait? Did I forget to use the wait? Const to Doge. Get to Doge. Get to Doge is a method. Await. How can I use await? Okay, any good way? To do Java sign, but the value is never read. Okay. This is the magic of TypeScript. Keep looking for the right types. Argument of type promise any. Yeah. Is not assignable to parameter. Blah blah blah. Did you forget to use await? Where should I have used that? I'm using await in here. I'm using await in here. Let me do one thing. Let's see whether it's gonna work or not. Await fetch http localhost 3000/to-doge. Why am I using await? I don't need to use await in here. Okay, it's gonna be something like this. Dot. Then what's gonna happen then? Then we will get a response in here. Then response dot JSON dot then we will actually get the response. We will return the response. Response.json. We don't even need to do that. Dot catch if there's any error. We got the response. We are just checking the response in here. That should not be done. Okay, install it. we are getting ultimately to-dos in here. Once we have the to-dos, return to-dos, we are returning them. Once we have returned them, then we can get them, we can save them. So in here we are not using await. Let's get to-dos. Are you fine with this? What have I done? This thing is here. This thing is here. How can I fix this problem? Why are you driving me crazy? Okay, let's do one thing. Instead of asking at an AI, let's simply search it on Google. I hope we'll be able to resolve this thing. Oi. Okay. Then is there something that we can do in here? First thing is like this. Second thing could be, let's remove it from here. Get to do's. Yeah, we are getting them. Instead of returning, I can directly save. I hope then I won't face the same problem. Cons set wow. So the problem I was facing, the mistake I did, that was returning it. Instead of returning it, you can directly save it, because while returning you get a promise. That thing was the main problem. React okay is missing dependency set to do either include it or remove it from the dependency array. When is it gonna run? Whenever the to-dos changes. Okay. Things seem to be okay. Let's see how it's gonna actually go ahead. But okay, alright. Here we are getting to do instead of doing it like this. Let's map. To-dos dot map. We'll get to do. We don't really need index. Unnecessary. Okay, sorry. What now? To do. Something like this. We'll get to do. What about this to do? How is it getting this? Edit model. Okay. Let's remove it from here. Edit button. Title description, it's not getting. I'm going to send as the children. Not quite you should do. Let's send directly as props. Title, oh come on. First of all. Key to-do.id. Title to-do.title. Description to-do.description. Description title. Okay, here we are. Let's make it like this. Title is gonna be string. Description is gonna be a string too. Really? Interface. This thing is in here. Toolbox type. Not really an error right now. To-dos are in here. Well, not a small project. It is actually a project that contains almost all the basic things that a website needs. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Let me have some to-dos in here, so that at least I can show. The first one is gonna be like this. ID is gonna be 1. Title is going to be title 1. Description is going to be description 1. Done is going to be false. Date is going to be sorry. Creator add is going to be now. Sorry. Now, not really. Date dot now. Is that okay? Created ad. User ID is gonna be like suppose 1, for example. Object nowadays fixed by nobody located does not existing type to do. Did you mean created? Sorry, my bad. That should have been created at. Type number is not assigned by to date. Oh, date dot now. Now. Okay, date dot. Searching for no reason. New date. Okay. Okay, new date is also plus about that dot, I can say. This thing is done. I'll just simply make it double. Let's make it 2 and remaining things are okay. I hope I will be getting them, and then once I'm getting them, they should be visible in here too. Wow, I'm getting. Well, it will not work, but ultimately title 1 I should change the name. It should be like title 2 description 2 title 1 description, but description 1. So here we are getting the things like this. Quite not a bad actually. What now? Yeah, next thing. To-dos, profile, logout. One more thing, yeah. I have to sign up. How will I know if I'm signed up? The thing to worry about is how will the front end know whether this user exists or not. Interesting. Have I never used this authentication thing on the front end side as well as the back end side? Back end side I did it. I have done it a couple of times. The thing is that I will need to ask this AI. I have used the proper authentication system on the backend side, but not sure how will my front end know using React that the user is okay, the user is logged in or something. User signed up, it got signed up, user is logged in, so user is logged in while surfing from one page to the another. Let's see what it suggests. Your backend has proper authentication right to but the front end needs a way to maintain logged in state across page navigations without requiring constant relogin. This is achieved by storing authentication token securely and checking it on every round on state management nodes like API or Redux combined with HTTP only on local storage. So okay, how frontend knows the user is logging out in the backend? The front end stores this token and verifies if the storing the token use HTTP only cookies preferred for security as their HTTP only. Okay, they are inaccessible to JavaScript. Okay, checking app load routes and implement an authentication check that runs when the app starts. The user navigates via React router. This sends a request to your backend like API auth me with the proper token and headers or keys to validate it and fetch user data. Global state user React context or React to store the user's object. For example, ID email is loaded after validation. This state persists across the components and run without filtering. If check if the just say the this ensures seamless navigation like moving from dashboard to file. Oh my god. Okay, user is in here. User can be ID, email, role is logged in, loading, and go to verify auth promise. Auth context, create auth context. Ultimately, I have to create an auth context from context, use context if not use. Okay, auth provider, user set user is logged in, set is logged in, loading, set is loading, important. Okay, set loading, try response, which get include headers, verify auth. Whenever the page loads, every time auth provider is gonna be there. Okay, response.ok else correct. Finally, login, credentials, response, login store backend sets up login, email, password, it will take fetch provide just listening file, and if response.ok is right, verify author, re-verify to set the user state. So ultimately we have to re-verify it, log out. So you are logging out from here. Set user null, set is logged in, null, keys remove, HTTP only, use effect to verify auth, run on mount. Wow, I mean, simply amazing. So the thing is that you will have to create an verify me function in here, and that function is gonna be running whenever the page mounts for the first time, and that function is supposed to verify auth, and this verify auth is here. Ultimately everything's done, and it simply verifies. So API auth / verify. On the backend side, I will have to create one more. Should I create one more, or profile is gonna be now? I should actually create one more controller that would mainly be used to verify. And verify means it will simply get the response. Method is API auth verify, that we haven't done yet. What do we need to do in here? Let's go to the backend side. Source, controller, we need auth controller. Here we have these many things. We are actually getting a profile, that's fine. Same kind of controller we need, where we verify user. Okay, verify user. What will happen in that case? When we verify user, at that time, once the user is verified, we get the response, and once we got the response, set user is equal to user, so ultimately we are setting it, giving the user that type. So ultimately a user is being set. Once the user is set, we can easily get the profile. So let's make it like, just a minute, someone's mobile is ringing over and over. I'll be right back. Alright, by the way, here we are. There was a call, like the mobile was ringing, so I had to go. Never mind. So instead of making it get profile, I can make it verify, or I can make another controller for verifying the user. Let's make another controller. The logic is going to be the same, so we don't really need to worry about that. Verify. This is mainly for verifying the user. We will get the user ID, we will get the user details, we will get user data, because we will get the user data, we will return the response. Nothing changes, just copy and paste. Once this thing is done, then let's go to route, auth.route, and this is gonna be verify is logged in, verify. Let's make it a user. For this thing I need to go verify user. That means I need to make it like this. This verify will not work. This thing is done, and app.ts users auth user / verify. Okay, interesting. Okay, but now this thing is done. Like backend is quite well. Now I have to worry about the front end thing. So this time let's go to to-do page. First of all, I need to create an auth provider so that it simply authenticates the user. There's something we need to have called auth provider to authenticate the user properly. There are some providers that we have. First of all, context, I have model context. I can do write a model in here, and something like this, and all these things can go inside that tring, and I hope I will not face. I am facing the error. So it's gonna be like sorry, something like this. It should be alright. Can't find a module, I know that. Where is that? Use model context. Did it work? Open create model. Interesting. So many errors that I have right now. This is the error that the context slash model slash something like this, it would be okay. Then these are the things that I have. Create a model, properties create is not exist, create model just does not exist, use model, it should exist if use model is here. So use model, where is that? Where is use model first of all. Let me correct it, model slash. I have just changed the path, and because of that thing I have to change many things. Model context, it's saying it can't find that. Okay, never mind. Model context, now it's all right. Model context provider. Okay, so it's interesting directly getting that. To do which model context slash model slash something like this. Things are okay in here. Same thing I have to do. Model slash, it will be okay. Main. Okay, so most of the things are already done right now. There's another, this was the model context, another context that I have to create, and that's going to be for auth if I'm not wrong. So just write auth over here, and that's actually going to be an auth. And I would need some things over here. First of all, model context is if is here. So auth context.ts, this is the first thing that I need. Then auth context provider that I need, it's gonna be a tsx file, and then use auth context.ts, that something I need again. Then RAFCE, something like this, context that I need to create, and this context would have to have some values in it. Okay, let's see whether we can actually make it happen or not. So first of all, we have to create this JS cookie for reading non-HTTP if needed. Okay, if it's not needed right now. We have to create a context for sure, interface of the user. I have to export it to const auth context. Interesting. What? Create context. First of all, I have to get it from React, and then this context would have some values inside it. First of all, it will have the user info. So user info, what would user look like? User would look like, let's create an interface user would have an ID that would be a string type. It would have a username, string type. It would have an email, string type. That's it. I'm not using role based functionalities right now, so I don't really need to worry about that. User type, user is gonna be user, or it could be null. Oh, What is the problem? User is defined but never used. I'm using this user over here. Okay. It could be user or null. In here I can just simply give it some value. I can even make it undefined. Wow, something interesting that I'm learning this time. And next time onwards, I hope this thing is gonna be easy for me, because this is the first time I'm doing it actually on my own. So I have defined user type, and then auth context type. It also needs to be that. So const auth, not really const, interface auth context type. I actually need, and this auth context type would have a user type is gonna be user or null for now. Okay, what else? Is logged in. It's gonna have the value is logged in, and that is logged in would be checked over and over. Is logged in, it's actually gonna be boolean whether it's logged in or not. Loading and all, should it have that? Loading, login, token, logout, verify auth. Authentication context would have all these things. That means all these things will come from there. Let's use it as it is. I'll figure this thing out. Loading is gonna be boolean, of course, whether it's loading or not. And there are three things that I would have actually: login, logout, and verify auth. These are the methods from the auth context, kind of in the global state they will be there. And if they are in the global state, I will be able to send them in all the things. So that is kind of really needed. I did have to have I needed it actually. I did have to have it. Loading, and then second and next one is gonna be login. It's gonna be simply login. If I'm logging, then it would take a token type something. Is that really login? Does it need it? Yeah, it needs a token, and that token would come from the cookies. So I don't really need a token over here. Still, let's write it down in case I need it. Otherwise, I will make it optional, or I'm gonna get that from cookies. And I think if I'm writing credentials included, that means I shouldn't need it actually. Logout, it doesn't need anything. Even logout need that. Let's see how it's actually been mentioned, all these things over here. So it's gonna be void lost verify authentication. Okay, promise void. What does this mean actually? Verify auth would return a promise. I'll have to check. I'll have to change many things. For now, okay, let's copy and paste. I'm actually copying and pasting things. I know it would not work, not at all. As per my requirements, I would have to make changes in this particular thing. But for now, I can just simply go ahead. Auth context type, or it could be undefined, something like this. If it could actually be undefined, so let's make it undefined. Just no use giving the value unnecessary. And this thing is done. I can actually export default auth context. This thing is done right now. So auth context is done. Take a break. It's so quick actually. I will take a break for 5 minutes. Let it be 12, 15. I don't know. Sometimes the timer goes off really quickly. Verify auth is here. Exporting it from here. Use auth. Let's go with this thing too. export const use auth. Let's say use auth context. Who cares? Once I have this thing in here, I can simply return it. Const context is equal to use context and it should be auth context. That's good. One more thing that I can have, if context is not available in here, then what will happen? So I can just simply throw new error. Use auth must be used within auth provider. Use auth that we are getting. Use auth. Okay, it must be, that's right. Use auth must be used within auth provider. One thing, if I actually want to learn many things, I will have to get my whole code checked by AI, and then I would get some of the improvements. I can just simply return context from here. Kind of an extra thing that we are doing here, that's actually important. And then this is the provider that we have. It would actually get children, CHIA, children. And then the remaining things we can actually get them done. Okay, children kind of React node type, and apart from it we are not really getting anything else. So children React node, they are React nodes. Done. I will actually send, I can render children in here, and what end. This is the auth context provider. There were two options. Either I could use context or I could use require. I'm using context in here, and I could have used require. True. So interesting. Let me ask this thing. Instead of using contexts, can I use require for authentication? Let me ask this particular thing. I think I can use that require. Yes, you can use require. Yeah. So I could actually create a wow. User is there, auth user. It's actually gonna be null and all. And then I could create use auth action. But yes, oh my god, that's actually a lot. Actually a lot. Okay, my head starts hurting when I just go through those many things. I would like to show you this thing. Once you wanna use require, then I can indirectly use the require, but I can go through this much code to do. So I have a better idea exactly how the things work and how I can actually use them. Go into this much code, and then as right now I'm using contexts. So using contexts, you can go through that thing too. So this is ultimately saving the value of the user in a global state and checking whether there's value in that global state or not. If there's value, that means the user is logged in. That means you can simply go to one page to the another, go from one page to the another, something like that. By the way, I will be going through this thing very soon. For now, it's time to take a 10 minutes break. It's getting too much for now. Okay, so although the timer already went off, so let's do one thing. Let's simply set the timer for 10 minutes and let me play the songs in the background. Alright, by the way, thankfully I came here exactly on the right time. The alarm went off. At 12:30 around, and then I came here at 31 past 12. Otherwise, it would have been running for a long. Never mind. By the way, here we are back again, and we will be going. Somebody is calling. Interesting. So we can use both of them, but I'm using just a context over here, and context manages the state, just state, and everything else. Yeah, it does like that only, and the same thing does the recoil. So if I can do something in here, so I can do the same thing in there as well. Okay. Now the question is that how many things do I need for this thing? What? User set user authentication logs in, it logged in, loading, and then let's see as to how many things we actually need. User set user, maybe when I'm authenticating the user, so use state question. I need a type of user. What all will the user contain? Okay. I can create a type file, but let's not do that right now. Let's simply use the types from here. Copy and paste, that's it. For now at least this thing would go on. Later we'll think about something else. It could be user or it could be null as mentioned there, and right now the value is of course going to be null, so don't really need to worry about saying const. Let's talk about is logged in. It will tell me whether the user is logged in or not. Set is logged in. Use state, it's actually gonna be a boolean. For now the value is gonna be false for sure. And loading, this thing, loading means when you are trying to sign up or verify the user at that time. Yeah, const loading, set loading. It's also gonna be a use state. I could have used recoil instead of this thing. In the next project I will be using recoil thirdly, which means in all the things. For now let's simply go with this thing. Even using recoil is easy, it's not like that much difficulty. Use state, let's make it false this time. Is loading assigned value but never used. I am even confused. I wanna check the timing of the live. So it's gonna go on something like this, 10:30 to 2:30. That means till 2:30 I'll be live. What time is it? I think for further coming 2 more hours. Yeah, 12:30 to 1:30, 1:30 to 2:30. At 2:30 I'll be free, and then from 3:30 I will have to start again. That means ultimately I will have 1 hour. The thing is that I'm actually invited today, so I have to go somewhere, so I will get 1 hour at that time, so I can easily get that thing done. Okay, next, what's wrong with this? Reload it. Not working. Why is this not working? let's keep it this way. Something's wrong with this, I don't know what, but never mind. So these are the states that I'm managing actually right now. Apart from these states, I can have some methods, some functions. So ultimately I will have these things. I will have login, logout and verify auth. And verify auth will actually would return something. Interesting. So let's do this. This is actually not what I need, but check auth on the upload or refresh. But may be helpful. Let's see. If it actually works the way I want it to work, so I will go ahead with this. Otherwise, I do need to make a lot of changes in this one, but this is the overall structure that I'm gonna go with. Verify auth. I have to just verify the auth whether the user is authenticated or not. It's actually getting too much, I know. I could have used hooks for it. I'm just using contexts for now. Set loading. Initially loading is gonna be true, of course, and at the end I will set the loading to false. Try catch. I can even use finally here. At the end I will set loading false, but before that I gotta need some of the things done. Try loading. First of all, when we are loading, that means when we are verifying this auth, everything is done in here. Okay. Not bad. Let's go and check. Response is equal to this is asynchronous, that means we can get it directly done. This response await fetch. Okay. http/localhost 3000 / API / auth / what API / auth / users / not really, not like this, API / v1 / auth / users / verify, something like this. This is how it's gonna work. What else? Method is going to be get for sure, so this is gonna be get method. Credentials are gonna be included. Credentials I'm gonna include. Header, if using bearer token instead of cookies, authorization bearer. Content type application JSON not really required, but I'm still gonna send that. Headers. Inside headers I'm gonna send content type, is that so? How to send cookies with fetch? Headers. Let me search something in here. Content type, and this will be sent inside headers. Okay. Okay, so it's actually gonna be content type application /JSON. Okay, I may have to change some of the things. Application JSON, this is the thing I'm actually getting in here over here. This type is get, should be an int string, something like this. Once you get an error, how will you handle that? And when it comes to this response is not even done yet. If a response dot okay, that means something like this. What am I doing? I'm simply setting the data and all. Okay. Const user data is equal to this response. I'm using a syncopate, so I can use this one, and response dot JSON I can convert it. Once I've got this, I can send login to and all. Set user is equal to user data set logged in is equal to, not loading, set logged in, mainly set is logged in is gonna be true this time. And else, if that is not okay, then I will have to set all these things okay in else category. Interesting. What happens when response is not okay? So the user is going to be null, that's gonna be false. Cookies dot remove JWT, clear invalid token. So this is how it's gonna clear the token. That's what I have to check whether it actually works or not. For now, let's do it. Set user is gonna be null. Set is logged in is gonna be false. And the important thing that I'm getting here, cookies, it actually clears it. Remove JWT token. How can I get it? Where can I get it? Please. Wow. Where am I getting this thing from? Cookies, JS cookies for reading non-HTTP if needed. Okay, not really needed thing. I don't need this thing right now. So I can just simply go ahead with this much. And at the if we are getting some error, so if we got the error set user null is login false, set user null is logged in, ultimately set is logged in false. If there's any error, we are not even using that error, we can just use that CER, it stands for error, auth verification failed. This is the reason behind that. And that's gonna be error. Okay, there's this thing right now. I did have that a while ago, but the problem is that I actually have an invitation, so I had better go there. But if I go there, I won't be able to complete this particular. I won't be able to follow the schedule, as simple as that. And the food can be had anytime. Let's follow the schedule, as simple as that. Who cares? Set loading. This thing is set loading is false over here. Set loading is false again in here. Set loading is going to be set to false, and that's done, right? So this is how we have to go ahead. This is mainly the verify auth, or user is being verified. Then user is being logged in, and then user is being logged out. Cookies dot remove JWT. Do we really need to do it? No, because the cookies are being removed from the backend side, so I don't really need to worry about this. Okay, next we have to log in. Login means as soon as click on that, the user should be logged in. And this thing I'm having to use a lot. Is there any shortcut? Is there any way so that we can set a default port for backend on React? How to specify a port and create a what? Port 5000. Well, not really getting something that I want. I actually used it. Maybe I used it in Next.js or something. I don't know. Maybe in React or Next.js, something like that. But that thing I'm not getting. Even if I just get a look, just a glimpse of that, I will get that. Okay. No, not this one. Default port set default backend URL on React.js. How to set backend URL in front end JavaScript. Not really getting that in here. I can create something like this for the default port. It's going to be called API URL, and this is gonna be this much, and then I can export it from here. Interesting. And I have both for development as well as production. Oh, using proxy in package.json. This is what I needed. Let's read through it. Using environment variable recommended for create app, create a React app, CRP and development and create env to development in the file of your root project. Create a .env.development in the root of your file, React app API URL this much. Production create .env production. This way this thing is accessing in React in your components, or it really fast access. So when we are trying to access it, so it's gonna be API URL, and this is gonna be API URL, React API URL, production URL. These things are gonna be there. This method offers more control if you are not using create React app or prefer centralized configuration. Create constants.js, and this is gonna be this simple, easy peasy. And then export const API URL configure with a wow. There's a cat actually around me. Interesting, love this. And accessing, okay, when we are trying to access it, so we can directly access it from its constants. Using a proxy in package.json for development with a CRA, we can have a proxy or backend URL, something like that. And this is what I wanted actually. This will be proxy to something like this. I hope it's gonna work in here too. If it is actually works, then okay, amazing. Name React app. I can use a proxy, your backend URL. Let's do it. This is the JSON file that I have. Just wanted to use proxy in here. http://localhost 3000/API/v1/ This is what I wanted. Now I hope it's gonna work fine. Wow. Okay, gonna work fine, right? This is how I could have used that. /auth/u, just verify and all. And this particular thing could have been like this. Good to go. Hope it's gonna work. Verify auth is done. Then I have to create another one like login and logout. Okay, so ultimately it's the same thing. Some way or the other I had to do it, so I'm doing it right here. What else? Logout. Okay. Let's move it right here. And let's simply verify. For verifying, firstly I need to make sure whether it actually runs or not. Whether if it actually doesn't run, then I will have to face problems. True. How can I make sure whether it runs properly or not? By sending the data in the backend. Okay, as I'm already working on this particular thing in here, let's get the whole code ready. If it doesn't work, I will simply replace it with the main URL. Then it should definitely work. So I should not really have any problem as such. As simple as that. When I'm actually trying to log in, I will have to send a post request. I will have to send the user password and ID, everything, and done. Right. A response. Whenever it comes to login, it's gonna be posted method body credentials. Where are credentials? Credentials. Interesting. It's getting more and more interesting actually. I'm creating all these methods in here. When I'm on their respective pages, what will I actually do then? Main question. How will I get their values? That means this login should get some parameters. Yes. Verify auth doesn't require anything. Login it does require. And even if I'm creating just a function, it will be accessible to all the pages which needs it. That means I will have to provide some values for it. Login, username and all. Okay, so I'll actually have to provide data, and that data is gonna be username and password, email and password that I actually need for this particular thing. Const response, let's see, await fetch slash auth slash user slash what login. Then this method is gonna be post credentials are gonna be true. Credentials I'm including them, and mainly when I'm logging I don't need to include them, but okay, credentials include, and header, the headers, the kind of data that I'm sending, that is actually content type application slash JSON. This is the type. Body JSON.stringify. Important thing. In here I need to send that. So JSON.stringify and username. That's actually an email. And then the another one is password. So this is how the things. I knew that I would have to change many things. Question is, I have this login, I have this verify auth, I can have sign up to over here. Why not? Why can't I have sign up? When you sign up, user doesn't get logged in. right? This is true. I'm verifying the user every time. That is right. Whenever the page reloads or mounts, ultimately, I'm verifying the user. Login is almost done. And I'm just simply saying one thing in here at the end. If response.ok, if this is actually that, then verify auth. Wow, as simple as that. Then it will run it all. Parameter implicitly has any type. Okay, string. Happy. Login and value is never read. This thing is done. Use effect whenever it runs, ultimately the page reloads or renders. I'm running it on mounting. Why is there no data? Await fetch slash auth slash user slash logout. As simple as that. Method is gonna be method it post credentials. Don't know why I'm using this, because I'm not gonna be sending any data. Credentials I'm gonna include it. Okay, so it's actually gonna be like this. Once I have done this, then set user is gonna be null. So ultimately we have to manage this thing, both the cases, front end as well as backend. Set is logged in, that's actually gonna be false. Cookies, I don't really need to remove it. Logout will remove it from the backend side. Okay. This is also done. And the most important thing, re-renders on mount whenever it mounts for the first time. I'm running it on mount. Use effect. So I'm just simply running it on the mount, that's it. And what am I running? I'm just simply verifying the authentication of the user. So just simply verifying the authentication of the user. Logout is already applied, login is already applied. Verify auth is, why not sign up? I can sign up the user. So let's do this thing too, yaar. This much I have done, so can't I get this sign up thing done? Again, it's gonna be an async function. It will be sent. Yeah, I can get it done too. And when I'm signing up, sign up. I will have to use a try catch block in here too, but for now I'm not using that. Mainly when I'm verifying the auth. When I sign up, so I should be redirected to login page. When I log in, then only that thing works. So okay, got it. As per this thing, when I'm actually signing up, so I should alert the user that you are signed up. Ultimately, I will have to make many changes. The overall thing is this: fetch, and it's gonna be like slash auth slash user slash sign up. The main method is gonna be like this. Method is actually going to be post. Credentials are gonna be included, though I don't think it's needed right here. And headers, because I will be sending data, it's actually gonna be content type. What? It's gonna be content type, and then application/JSON if I'm not wrong. Every time I'm sending the JSON data, then in that case. And the headers are done. Last thing is body. Body is gonna be like in string format, so JSON.stringify, and as per the body I'm gonna be sending three things. First one is username. One more thing, I could have done all these things in that particular sign up page, but as I'm using this auth context provider, so it's better to do them here. Username, email, and password. These three things I'm gonna be getting. These three things I will get in the if I use this, then I will have to use that. I can get this directly: username, email, password. I'll have to give the types to each. Hang on. Tring. Right? Okay, that was that. Sorry, my bad. Add. One more clip. It's gonna be like this. So for now, I think it should be enough. Just have created this thing too. There's one thing only left, that is in auth context I haven't mentioned this particular thing, login, log out, and I have one more, that is sign up. That's again a method. Okay, these things require the values: username, email. It requires 3 parameters, and then of course it's gonna return void for sure. Not really worried about that. These values are gonna have their types too, so they are gonna be of string types. I will have to copy all of it from here. I knew it that at the end of the day I will have to customize it as per my requirements. Verify auth, what does it do? It simply doesn't return anything. As am I kidding? Verify auth simply verifies the user. Auth context provider, and sets the value in it. Ultimately it doesn't really matter, it should be like that only. Even when I'm signing up, like when I'm logging, if response dot okay, so I'm just simply repeating it, and this particular verify auth will run every time if I'm not wrong. So I have to keep this particular thing in mind too. Okay, I think once I have used this way once or twice, so things are gonna be easy. This is quite a first time when I'm actually doing this thing. On the backend side I have done it many times. On the front end side, okay, you have to do the same, manage the state and all. So this thing is done, and the provider, we have to just send all these values. So let's do this thing too. Auth context dot provider. This thing is done. Auth context, don't we have it? We gotta have the auth context in here too. So we have imported it if I'm not wrong, yes. And then I have to give it the values. Values are gonna be like this, and the values are going to be which ones? User is logged in. What else? Loading, whether it's loading or not. Then login. Let's do verify auth, sign up, login, log out. Well, these many are the values that are actually being passed as context values. This much is done, right? Don't really have any error right now, of course. TypeScript will let us know if there's any error or not. For now, at least we are done with that. Keynotes. Credentials including cookies are sent with the cross-origin request set the same site and unsecure to backend. For this, on login, your backend should say HTTP cookie response is set HTTP true, secure, true, syntax strict. Okay, never mind. The verify all function runs automatically on the app load checking. Okay, got that. protect routes, wrap your app with the auth provider. That's something I need to do. Okay, once that is done, dashboard is here. Protect route. What does this mean? Where is this protect route coming from? Protect route. Wow. This protect route has some children in it. Is logged in, use auth. If loading, simply loading. Return is logged in, children navigate to. Go. Can I make it in the simplest way possible rather than making things this much complicated? Is logged in, loading, use auth is return idea spinner. I have a content, router, routes, route, login page, then dashboard we are protecting it. Protect route. Why are we protecting it? It has children. Is loading, is logged in and auth. If the user is logged in, is logged in, show children, otherwise navigate to never found something like this actually. Instead of protecting it right here, I can protect it directly. Can I do the things on my own now? Because if I don't do that, I'll be crazy now. I have to protect the routes. The first thing is this, that these are the routes, right? Either you check in all those routes whether it's logged in or not, or you actually create a protect route that does this thing for you. This is insanely amazing. Like I can create another route. Wow. Protect the route. Because I would have to do that for sure. But the thing is that if I am not creating this protect route, I will have to do that in each and every page. But if I create this, then you may get the idea how well this can run. Okay. You know what? This time we didn't really set any alarm. 110, that means 210, 220, 30, 1 hour and 20 minutes. Let's keep sitting, it doesn't really matter. 1 hour and 20 minutes ultimately we can sit and code. After that I'll have a 1 hour break. Amazing. I like breaks. Never mind. Things are getting too much sometimes. But I think the best thing would be only this. I should create a protect route. Protect route is gonna be kind of protected route. Let's create inside a component only. src app.tsx. protected route. I can create protected route in here as well, or in there somewhere I'll have to create that. Protected route is not a component for sure. It is just, what can I name it? Or instead of naming it anything and all, let's simply create it in here as it's been created there. Later I will figure out where to actually keep it, but protected route. This oh wow, spelling mistake. Protected route. This is something that I'm creating, and again it will be just like a provider, context provider, but a little different. It will mainly verify whether the user is logged. It will check whether the particular route you are trying to access is protected or not, and whether you can access that or not. Let's do that. We'll get some children. We'll have children. CHILDREN children. React node is gonna be the type of them. Then from here I will get the things done like this. React node is gonna be imported actually. Should be fine. Protect router is okay. Done. Next, what? Const is login. First of all, I have to check, and the second thing is that loading or not. These two things that I have to check. Use auth context. I will be using this one, and from there I will be getting the values. If the value is actually loading, in that case I will just simply return this thing. For now I will give it some styling and all, but for now let's make it loading, something like this. Okay, quite better. And if it is actually logged in, then if it's logged in that case I would have to show the value, the children of course. So I would have to show the kind make it. Great, interesting. I can give it like this, CHILDREN. Oh, sorry, my bad. I will have to use these fragments, and then children are gonna be inside that. And if it is not logged in, I'm trying to access that page, so I should be sent to login page, as simple as that. So it's gonna be kind of a navigate related thing. Getting a call, I'll have to pick it up. Just a second. Today is the day when I actually made proper planning, and today is the day when I'm getting calls over and over to just go there anyhow. Never mind, let's get this thing done. I will have to leave it. That means I will have to compensate this thing too by extending the timing. Navigate React router, it's gonna be 2 slash login. I should be sent, and something like this. It should be okay. What does this replace to? Replace, let's use it. Don't really know what it does, but I'll check it. Or must have a symbol. Use auth context. Guess what? I have to continue the things from here on. For now, as I'm stopping the class right here, and this is not good. I was supposed to continue it this much. So the class, it was supposed to be stopped, ended at 2:30, but it's ending at what time is it? 1 o'clock suppose. So 1.5 hour extra. Not 1.5 hour, 1 hour and 15 minutes around. So 1:15 minutes, so 2:30, 1, 16 to 16. Okay, I will be starting it by 2:30 only. So here I was supposed to start it at 3:30, but now I would start the next live at 2:30. That means I'm gonna take the 1 hour break right now instead of taking at 2:30. So it's gonna be like that only. So the plan will be followed, just taking the break a little early because kind of an important thing that I have to just get that done, and then I'll continue. Alrighty, that was it for now. Let me do something. Let me end this live right now. I'll be back by 2:30 or something, and then I'll continue again. Have a great